Warning, the following review contains some spoilers.
The summer Hollywood blockbuster season has well and truly kicked off with Cars 2 and Transformers 3 going head to head. As you can see, Cars 2 has taken up a huge spot here in my local Toys R Us. This is the spot that the Transformers section usually took up on the last two movies, but like McQueen seems to have stolen some of Optimus Prime's thunder.
A number of years have passed since the events of Cars 1, and like McQueen has gone on to become a 4-time Piston Cup champion. Doc Hudson, we can assume, has gone to that big racetrack in the sky, what with the Piston Cup now being named in his honour, and of course with the passing away of Paul Newman in 2008. Lightning McQueen is now off to compete in the World Grand Prix, but unfortunately he is now no longer the main character of the Cars universe, and the races are merely a side story compared to the antics that his best friend gets up to. That's right, the burden of being the main character in Cars 2 has now fallen upon the rusty hubcaps of Mater, the redneck tow truck voiced by Larry the Cable Guy. Because when you think of Larry the Cable Guy, you think of box office smashers like Witless Protection and Health Inspector. This is despite the fact that Lightning McQueen is predominantly featured as being at the front of all the cars on the poster, yet he is only a sidetracked character compared to the guy who's sat behind him. Mater's contribution to the movie is merely a tired old storyline involving an explosive new biofuel and a crack team of British Secret Service agents, led by Michael Caine, who for some reason think that Mater is an American spy.
Finn McMissile, British intelligence.
Cole Mater, average intelligence.
Now, having Mater as the main character in a short film, like the episodes of Mater's Tall Tales, is okay, but for a full hour and a half, it begins to get unbearable. Hey, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant film to look at, the race scenes are technically amazing, and the action sequences are something to behold, but unfortunately, it's a storyline that's been done to death before, mainly in every other spy parody movie that's ever been made. And the plot twist at the end is something not even an episode of Scooby-Doo would attempt to subject us to. I won't spoil the ending, but you can see the twist from a mile off. With the amounts of bullets and missiles being sprayed everywhere, not to mention that a number of characters get killed off during the film, yes, I said killed off, this is surprisingly quite violent for a kids movie, so be warned if you're taking very young children to see this. Pixar has only done sequels for 2 of its movies. Toy Story was one, and Cars was the other. With Toy Story, you got the impression that Pixar only wanted to do this if they felt they had the right story to go with. Indeed, there was a gap of about 11 years between the events of Toy Story 2 and 3. And during those times, Pixar had some huge fallouts with Disney over the direction of the storyline and where the characters were going, so you got the impression that Pixar really cared about the storytelling. But with Cars 2, that same passion doesn't seem to be there. You get the impression they took a look at the sales figures generated from all the merchandise that was marketed from the first movie and they thought, well, fuck it, let's just knock out a sequel. See, I could understand if this was a made-for-TV movie or a direct-to-DVD special like the episodes of Mater's Tall Tales were. In fact, I imagine that's probably what this project started off as until they realised they could make even more money from a theatrical release.
We've got to have money.
If this was DreamWorks, or any of these other animation companies, you think, yeah, okay, you get what you expect. But with Pixar, you expect more than that. You've just come to expect more from those guys, and this time round, they don't deliver.
Really get the impression they made Cars 2 purely for the money alone. This whole thing could have easily been an extended episode of Mater's Tall Tales.
Money.
It's going to pay me to say this is going to be the first Pixar movie I've seen where I actually came out of there feeling a little bit disappointed. So because of that, I can't give Cars 2 a thumbs up, I'm afraid. It's just not in the same league as any other time that Pixar's done a sequel. With Cars 2, it just seems like it's an exercise in mass merchandising. So for that, I'm going to have to say that Cars 2 is only good for a rental.